G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 21 of our Chaos Warlock playthrough. And I'd like to take this opportunity to point out that the pack number 3 with the extra cosmetics is now available on Steam. I believe we're still waiting on GOG at the point of recording this, but go ahead and check if you're interested in that. And last I heard, they're still looking at options to get this to Xbox. I haven't seen an update. That doesn't mean there hasn't been one. If you have seen an update, go ahead and mention it in the comments, and I will throw a link in the description if I see that. However, this is the Chaos-themed set. The book and the weapon are not part of the set, but the rest of this, also gloves, I believe, are not part of it. No, the gloves are part of it, sorry. Just the weapon and the book are not part of it. The rest of it is the set itself, and you don't have any pants, you don't have any feet left anymore, so obviously there's no glamour for those slots either. Or illusions, I believe they're called in this game. But yeah, this is the Chaos one, and it looks pretty good. I'm going to be using this for the rest of the playthrough. I do think if you can afford it, if you enjoy the game, you should consider buying this. Crate have been very good in terms of not adding huge amounts of microtransactions into their games, so I think where available, I would like to support them. Right, with that out of the way, where were we up to? So we have to, that's Forgotten Gods, we don't need that. Barnabas is just gonna, pretty sure, tell us to go talk to someone in Homestead. Oh, no, he did actually give me XP, which is good. And we're up to Karoz, and I think the mill, yeah, there's the mill, and the mine as well. So, let's go ahead and get into that. Let's just adjust the microphone here. Alright, and like the clever boy I am, I did not grab the Bloodgrove Rift. So, let's go grab that. I do get to run. Can you see feet? It looks like there's feet moving under there. I don't know if there actually is, but when I use Rush, I'll do it again here, 3, 2, 1, Rush. I don't know. It looks like there might be feet under there, they're just invisible. But yeah, this looks really cool, and I do like all of the sets. The Mog Drogon one is probably my least favorite, but it is still quite good. Getting the wolf pelt helmet with the lightning glowing eyes is kind of cool. Okay, so where exactly was I up to? I think we go right from the rift. Managed to find all the blockages on my way north again. I think I'm going to go right from the rift. I'll do the mine first. The mine is a good one to skip if you're worried about dying in hardcore. Eventually I'll get around to doing a little mini tutorial on how to get through the mine. But this time I think I'm just going to run through it, and anyone who's watching will be able to see what's going on. So if we just follow this around, we should be good. This area here is where the totem can spawn. There is also another totem in here that has another 3 spawn locations. I generally ignore that totem. Let's, no. Ignore the totem. We'll get the totem later. Go do the mine first. Alright, so coming into the mine, there is a lot of aether on the floor. And once you've been through here a couple times, it's no big deal. But first time through, I was terrified I was going to lose my character. Because there's a lot of places where you can't see where the next safe place to stop is. So you just kind of have to go and hope that you find it before it becomes an issue. Okay, I think we can just poke our head out here, grab these aether crystals, kill anything that happens to be in the way, and head back into the mine. Now, when you're in here, save your potion for when you're on these things, because you may need it at some point, and if you've used it while you're standing on safe ground to heal up a little bit faster, well, enjoy your trip back to veteran or normal difficulty. The other thing to be aware of is you can actually get blocked in over there, so make sure you have movement skill, but a lot of this stuff is fairly easy, fairly simple. And once you know that, okay, there's a safe place I can stand over here, suddenly the screen full of Aether Fire is not quite so scary. Alright, I am going to go over here and get that dynamite and that Aether Crystal. And I do like to go through here and just clear everything out, because as I always say, and as I'm sure you're sick of hearing by now, there's no such thing as enough Aether Crystals, so make sure you grab them. Alright, another one, and another one. But wait, there's still more. So there's one more here, and then I think there's three in this bottom section, 1, 2, 3 over here. But we are actually here for Noveria Stormfire. So Noveria here is the quest NPC that we've been sent to kill. And being as her health is going down faster than my energy bar is, I think we're going to be okay. I believe she has a sundering mechanic somewhere, but I don't know, I haven't been sundered yet. Kind of waiting for meteors. No meteors. Okay, so we picked up the Ring of Eternal Rot, which is a poison type ring, which is no good to us, and the Haggaradian Enforcer, which is a cold pistol, which again is no good to us. So let's just go ahead and whack this crystal, and we'll whack this, then we'll whack this crystal, and up to you if you want to fight Venarius here. There's the Sunder. That might have been the one I was thinking of in regards to this area. It was on the other character. Relatively easy to kill this guy as long as you can dodge the Sunder, and as long as your resistances are maxed, obviously. Not particularly worried about him. Actually, he's doing so little damage that I just did a double check to make sure I'm actually playing on ultimate here. Alright, down he goes. Rift Warped Grasp is potentially a new pair of gloves for us, actually. So these are Chaos and Vitality gloves. They are similar level of armor. 18% elemental is not really doable. How much is that? That's 10 vitality and 15 bleeding. So I could swap out that Unholy Inscription for a... was it a Rigid Shell that gives lightning resistance? And I probably should. I would lose a little bit of armor, but the added damage would be nice. But more importantly, I'm looking at that health and offensive ability. And I guess that Aether Res wouldn't be horrible either. Let's just chuck those on and see what happens. Yeah, so I'm 1% under the vitality cap here. And if I just put a Rigid Shell on here, then we'll be good to go there. Now, the bonus there is not amazingly huge, but the extra crit chance is quite good. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's head back to Homestead here. I'll craft a Rigid Shell, put that on, and I'm kind of hoping we get start getting some Revered here. Devil's Crossing, Homestead is Revered, so we have armor augments now. So let's actually, before I go crafting a Rigid Shell, let's go make sure I don't just have an augment here with fire and lightning resist. Beautiful. Do I need piercing? Not really. But let's go ahead and grab 2 of those. And that now means I can use that Unholy Inscription on my gloves still for even more offensive ability. And everything's going to be maxed and everything will be hunky-dory. Let's just make sure there's nothing here that I need. I don't think I wanted any of this stuff, but it's worth it to check. So this is all weapon stuff. Physique and armor is not horrible. What am I using currently? Void Beast Powder. A little bit of offensive ability. If I had to pick from the Homestead weapon augments, I would probably go this one, just because of the extra armor and physique. Our armor is not amazing, but it's decently good enough that it's probably very doable to use it. Okay, so lightning's now 13 over, cold's a little bit over, fire's massively over, and we can go ahead and chuck that back on. I'm actually going to grab one out of my stash. Am I? I mean, I'll be honest, those gloves are... It's a lot of stats. It's a lot of health. A little bit of phys res, but it'll be fine. What am I doing? What am I doing? This one. Unholy Inscription. There we go. All our resistances are now maxed out. And we got a little bit of extra damage. We got a Doom Bolt proc there as well. So, we're doing alright. And that's going to fire off on any crit, so let's just make sure it is still the little red ball for the proc. Where's the other? Just got the one. Okay, let's see if we can see a little red ball go firing across here. No, Doom Bolt is definitely the lightning proc. There it is. So that's the one I was looking for earlier in this season, or in this series rather. That's the proc I was looking for, and that's why I was complaining when I couldn't see it. Right, so Harmonious is another really good prefix. I didn't think they were leaving Mending in. I thought they had actually taken that out with the 1.2 patch after level 40. But there it is, so I guess not. I'm just looking at that mighty Imperial Ring of the Drangul, and that has no resistances on it. Okay, that's different. Anyway, let's go ahead and sell these while we're here. And then, without clearing my rift... actually, it doesn't matter, I'm going to the Blood Grove anyway. So we'll go to the Blood Grove, and we're going to head left now. We're going to head into, I think it's Griver's Mill. Yeah, Griver's Mill. We're going to head in there and clear that out. Resistance is fully capped out is a wonderful thing. And I think we picked up some extra health as well. But definitely now getting crits, which are required to trigger this. So 33% chance on a critical attack. Maximum of every 3 seconds, but you can see those little numbers that come off the enemies. The little white ones are regular hits, and the big yellow ones are the crits. So I like that one just there. And every time I get a crit, there's a chance for a Doom Bolt. Which is pretty good. So, Doom Bolt procs, Sigil of Consumption procs, all good stuff. Alright, does everybody know what time it is? It's 9% damage reduction time, and we are maxing that out. Okay, that is actually a lot of Harbingers here. And these guys don't take a huge amount of damage from this. That's fine. Dig our way through them very, very slowly. There's another Doom Bolt proc. If you decide you don't want your Pulsing Shard, you can use that one. At some point, I'll probably have to go farming in Port Valbury to get a better one, or just give up and use the blue book from Malmouth, which is probably what I'll do. I am looking for a higher chance to convert, and it looks like we're already at the point where my triple rare is outclassed by double magics now. But I definitely want a higher conversion on my Vitality to Chaos there, so I'm not going to use that one. I will be keeping my eye out for a better one though. Could be that one. 53%, I think that's the maximum roll actually. So just looking at this one, we would be losing a little bit of offensive ability. We would actually be gaining a decent amount of damage, now that I'm looking at it. I am actually going to swap that over. So, we're going to take another quick trip back to Homestead. I'm going to go talk to the Black Legion people. Get another Void Beast, what is it, Pustule or whatever? The weapon adornment here.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Let's just do a search for Void Beast. Where is it? No, I've spelled it wrong, have I? Let's just do Void. Oh, it's Void Beast, one word. Okay, yep. So that's fine. That is going to go on there. And then I'm going to actually put a... Where is it? Mark of Soleil? Symbol of Soleil. There we go. When I do that... So the Symbol of Soleil actually has a decent amount less chaos damage, but it's percent chaos damage, so it's not such a big deal. However, the Symbol of Soleil does grant you Soleil's Flame, which is a spell you can cast, lasts for 8 seconds, and shreds chaos and vitality resistance, which is what I want it to do. So if we just have a quick look here, Albrecht's Aether Ray, nothing else really changes, but we actually lose a little bit of damage. I didn't expect that. Why? I'm guessing it's because the 84% vitality on this one as well is making up the difference. It'll be fine. I'm going to swap it anyway, and we'll just see how we go. Now, I did also have this particular triple rare to go with it, and I think I'm going to swap this one over as well. So I still need another Void Beast powder, and a, what are they called? The Chaos... This thing, what is it called? Riftstone. Do I have one already? Probably not. I'm not expecting to. Nope. I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna make another one. There we go. And we'll chuck that on there. Chuck that one on there. And then let's just see Albrecht's Aether Ray, 8.2 to 8.6. Yeah, it's a little bit of an increase. So the old one definitely is more focused on Aether damage, and the new one has just bigger numbers of other stuff, basically. Also picked up some Pierce and some extra Chaos Res on that, which is nice. The Arcane Blast is actually the same, although higher level gives bigger number, but hang on a sec, no it isn't. It is different. Yeah, so I was right previously. So Arcane Tempest versus Arcane Blast. So the one I'm using now is on attack, and the one I was using is when hit. So yes, okay, good. Right. Now the other thing I have to do at this point is make a quick stop in Devil's Crossing. Because that big glowing green crystal just does not fit. So I gotta get my drip on, as the kids would say. And the good thing about all these, well, not for this piece, but I'll show you with the gloves, which I'm gonna put another illusion on. The good thing about them is that you'll find all of them at the start. You know what, Black Grimoire will be good. So whenever you're looking at them, this first option, this is the Mogdrogan's one. This is the Diablo 2 character with the spear, the angel. And then this one is the Chaos set. So all of those illusions are at the start, and you can find them quite easily. Alright, with that done, let's head back out here. I've cleared out the mill. Now let's go play with Karoz. And I guess we are technically going to be clearing out Darkvale village as well. And of course, this totem is here, and I know it's here because it wasn't back down here. I guess it could also be down here behind the waterfall, but it's not. So that's fun. Oh, I also need to change my hotkeys. So I put that new skill on my offhand, or my main hand, I forget which one I put it on. But then I didn't assign it to a hotbar, and I want my one skill point back from the Plague, because I'm going to put that devotion point, or that devotion proc, onto Soleil's flame thingy. So, Soleil's flame here, we go into devotions, I think it was... Do you mind? Thank you. What is it actually on? What are you? Abominable Might. Okay. So Abominable Might is going to go on Soleil's flame. And then next time I'm in town, I'll try to remember to take that point back. Okay, loot-wise, I think we just got a whole bunch of things I'm not going to use here. That's a lot of resistances and casting speed and armor. That's probably the best item here, I think. But we are going to grab all of it and just be on our way. Alright, and let's go ahead and eat that. And this game's inventory management, much like every other ARPG in the history of ARPGs, is really bad at playing inventory Tetris. Okay, so we're into Darkvale Village, or the Village of Darkvale, whichever you prefer. And this is one of my favorite spots to farm as well, so I'm going to go through here. I'm going to hit the totem that I'm 99% sure is just up here. Yep, there it is. And I'm also going to grab the guaranteed dynamite and treasure trove while I'm in here. Because, well, why not? Okay, looks like the Soleil's Flame. I was kind of expecting like a wave to come out. I actually haven't used this before. But nope, it just sets them on fire. Void Touch to the Void. That's what I've got. This one, I think I'm just going to keep mine. I like the 53% conversion. Here's your guaranteed dynamite. For those wondering, this first section, you just go down this way. Dynamite will always be here. You can also find the treasure trove in this room, sort of between those two dresses I just destroyed. It does have a couple of other locations as well. What do we got this? Insight. Okay. Probably shouldn't have activated that just yet. Definitely shouldn't have activated that just yet. That is six hero types, and it's time to go. Or at least time to get out of all that. Get some distance between us. If you get down to half health, it's definitely time to not be in the middle of it. This shielded guy is taking forever to die. There he goes. Alright. And now the mop up. Okay, I'm hearing loot drops. So we got the Temporal Arc Blade. We've got a bunch of blues as well, actually. The Temporal Arc Blade is obviously no good for us, but this is an Aether damage weapon, +2 to Arcanist. And it's Aether and Lightning proc on it too. Pretty cool weapon. I haven't actually used it on any builds yet. I did make I tried to make an elemental Force Wave Battle Mage that ended up being a cold Battle Mage because the elemental just kind of didn't work. Treasure Trove just here. Or rather, it worked, but it was just straight up weaker than cold. And cold would also be weaker than physical. Treasure Trove potentially in here. Yep, there it is. Aggressive of the Cabal. What do we got here? 54% Vitality to Chaos. That's a lot of offensive ability as well. And +2 to Possession. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and swap those as well. However, before I do that, we're going to kill Zarya and get into the next area for the Riftgate. Just so I don't accidentally have to run this entire village again. If you haven't found your treasure trove yet, it's going to be in here, just in this corner here next to the bed. And you can farm this place for treasure troves as well. This is a good spot when you've just hit 100. You come through the Blood Grove Rift here, check for a totem here, check for a totem here, check for a totem here and here, and then you run up to the village, get your treasure trove, kill Zarya if you want, skip her if you want, and yeah, you can get a lot of decent loot out of that. You get a guaranteed treasure trove and 1 to 3 totems as well. Alright, let's blow up these crystals before they blow me up. Don't really care quite so much about the Hellions, these things. Alright, and she's dropped me her MIs. Yeah, nothing I want there. Alright, let's go swap that weapon over, which means I have to go back to Homestead and then back to Devil's Crossing. That 1% extra conversion, I think, is kind of... I was thinking about doing it when I saw that, but then when I saw the +2 to possession as well, yeah, we're doing it. Alright, where did that end up? So this is the new weapon. And the Void Beast, whatchamacallit, probably on this page somewhere. There it is. Okay. So there's our new weapon. Gonna have to go and melt that to get the Symbol of Soleil back. So we'll keep the add-on, and there we go. Let's go ahead and chuck the Soleil's Flame back on here, and I will probably have to rebind this as well. There we go. It's going to be really annoying at some point later. I'm going to accidentally swap my weapons or take it out for some reason. Actually, the other way we could do it is use Doombolt, which is a good spell, but I think at level 1 it's... or level 6. It's actually not too bad. I think, however, we go Possession first. Alright, we've just hit the Rift Gate, so I don't need to run back. Although I probably should have emptied my inventory. It'll be fine. So we're here for Karoz at the end. Karoz turns into Thalnosh, or the other way around. I'm not expecting too many issues from him, but he is decently resistant to chaos damage from memory, so it's a definite maybe. But we have picked up a lot of damage absorption as well. So 4 points in here. 10%. Yeah, we'll get another up to about 20-ish from that. 20 plus 20, something like 36, 38% altogether. Depends how many points we end up putting into Maven Sphere with plus skills. Maven Sphere currently 27%. Okay. So we're going to be taking about half damage, basically. So before anything gets to our health pool, we cut it all in half, which is pretty good. Then you have armor and such on top of that. Armor, resistances, good stuff. We'll be adding in Blood of Dreeg later on as well, so that's a bunch of physical resistance. I think that will end up being 15% phys res. So decently tanky. I'm noting a distinct lack of chthonic seals. Just run through the entire village and half of this place. I only got 4 seals. So I think I'm being robbed. Alright, I'm going to pop open this little secret area here. And we'll pop these chests as well. Now, you almost never get anything good out of these, but it's just fun. Okay, I see the totem there. So there is one totem in this entire castle. And it's just going to be down to where it spawns. Let's just blow up this doorway as they come through it. There we go. Okay, so the big dudes always make me a little bit scared because these guys have an axe that is an MI, and they get to hit you with it if they spawn with one. So, looks like they didn't have one. Yep, there we go. Relentless Obsidian Warcleaver of Ruin. So one of them had this 400% physical damage bonus, 10% chance of another 1600 physical damage after that 400% bonus as well. So, yeah, whoever was hitting me with that, that would have hurt. Alright, let's grab the loot, and then we will go kill Karos, and then we'll kill Thalnosh, and then we'll get out of here. Looks like there's a nice little train coming through this doorway. Alright, that'll do. Okay, Thalnosh, for those who are unsure about resistances, you want Chaos and you want Vitality. And I probably want to use a potion for both of those, because I believe he is one of the few bosses remaining that will actually shred your resistances. So I think I will go back to town and get a potion. Let's just do that. If I don't have one, I think I have Vitality resist potions, but if I don't have a Chaos one, I will just skip it. I do also like to buy the poison ones because they are useful for fighting the Logorian, who is also coming up here. I don't have a Chaos one, and I don't think it's really worth making them. I think you need a Sanctified Bone to make them. Oh, you don't. It's only a Riftstone. And a, what do we call them? This thing. Chthonic Seal. There we go. Alright, so I will use one. And I'll kind of point that out when we get in there. Once you start seeing the, I think it's called like the Blood Curse, something like that. It's the equivalent of Curse of Frailty. So this one here, Curse of Frailty. And then once you add this on, but Curse of Frailty I don't think does Chaos. In fact, I know it doesn't. But this one does. If I see it in the debuff section down the bottom there, I'll make sure to point it out. Being one big boss, it's a good target to put the button number 3 on. Okay, so clear these guys out. There we go. And in we go. Here we go. Now I'm looking for the curse. There it is. So, Bloodsworn Curse. This is reducing resistances, you know, corrupting powers of the void, regeneration, and offensive ability. If I look at my resistances, 9 over max, 13 over max. It's basically -1 resistance potion. So definitely worth to go and get those pots. And the actual boss here should be going down soon. Alright, here it comes. So this demon is the one that I'm kind of... worried's maybe not the right word, but... this is the only thing that's going to be killing me in here. So when he puts down his crystals, he's just refreshed his curse, but it doesn't do anything because I'm overcapped. Okay, those things remove. And I don't think I can kill... I can kill the crystals, beautiful. And down he goes. Alright, so if we were playing pets, I'd be pretty happy here. Wraithbound of attack. The attack is not very useful, but the Wraithbound is a pet prefix, and that's a pet ring, so it'd be pretty good. The final stop is Rubbish. Nice shield that I'm going to be selling to a merchant. Okay. Friendly reminder that you have to leave and get the rift gate after you kill Thalnosh, and if you don't, and you somehow clear your rift when you teleport back to town, because you get a really nice drop from him, you're going to have to run all the way through that empty castle, or reset back to the menu and run through a full castle, which is probably what I would do at that point. But it's easier to just go and get the rift. Okay. We got a bunch of stuff to turn in, so let's go ahead and do that. So we've got the Karaz's Tome for Captain Soma.
Why do you have to let? I've already.
Okay, that did indeed give us a... I think it's going to be this one, Kalidor Shard. Thanks, I guess. And then we talk to Creed. And we'll see him up at Fort Icon. We also have the... I want to say mirror, but no, it's the lumber mill. Turn in there. Twin Fangs has reached level 18, Total Shells reached 21, so Twin Fangs is going to be this one on Sigil of Consumption. Decent amount of healing out of that too. Right, we don't do this quest, and Death's Vigil, next quest. So the next quest from them, I think, is going to be get the ashes from, not Fort Icon, from the Tomb of the Archon. And then from there we do their little fighting event in the middle down here. And then up to you if you want to do the last quest for them. I very rarely do. Okay, perhaps Ouroboros will return. Okay, we've reached level 75, and you know what that means? Pretty much nothing. So I'm going to keep pumping physique, more health, more defensive ability. Our chance to be hit is actually pretty decently low, which I do like. As long as we're here. Death's Vigil revered yet?
Come see what's left of my wares.
Not sure.
Put it to good use.
Let's find out. Nope, just honored. And I think I have, yep, I've already got that. I think the Outcast is the only honored that I don't have the bonus with. I'm just double checking that. Yeah, yep, definitely. Okay, sell all of this rubbish. Thank you for your bits. If I can stop clicking on things I don't actually want to sell, that'd be great. I could go slower, but then you have to watch me click on each individual item one at a time. Right, pick up the next quest is going to be up here. Keeper of the Tomes, where are we? Okay, yes, so ashes. Tomb of the Archon, let's fetch the ashes. I also noticed this journal that I always forget about. 1,750 XP, very, very little in the grand scheme of things, but it's free XP. Okay, speak to Inquisitor Krieg, or Creed, slay the Chosen, and we are underway. Now this next section, there's basically only one thing I want to point out, and that is, well, I guess two. But the first thing I want to point out, you know what, three. First thing I want to point out is there's actually very little between here and the Tomb of the Archon. Most of this is going to be spent either mindlessly killing trash, which I'm probably going to do a little bit of, or running past it as fast as you can. The next thing is when you see these little untouched meals here, and I think I pointed this out in normal, but I'm going to mention it again. These untouched meals, there will be a note here. Yeah, I definitely pointed it out in normal because I've already picked it up. But that's going to be the trip south. Definitely one of the best lore notes series in the game. So highly recommend, if you haven't already, to come through, go to all of these little meals here, pick up the lore notes, have a read, and then keep your eyes open. Okay. So these guys are a little scary. The Wendigos actually do a lot of damage. But what they don't know is that I have a button that says I take no damage. Alright, what do we get? Blood Reaper's Claw. I've got a bunch of blue items, actually. Eye of the Beholder. Another Relic Blueprint, which is good. The rest of this, not so much. There we go. Let's go ahead and eat that. And, yeah, we'll be on our way. I was tempted by that until I realized that I need that Pulsing Shard for lifesteal. Okay, this is one of the other areas I was going to point out. Childred is always here, and he always has 3 Aether Crystals. So you can go ahead and kill him, and take his 3 Aether Crystals. His loot is not particularly good, but it is reputation. It is a chance at good loot, and it is 3 Aether Crystals. Oh, here's Trip South Part 2, so maybe I didn't go through this, but definitely recommend picking those up. And then Part 3 is, I think, going to be up top here, maybe down. I may be completely whiffing this. Yeah, I think I am whiffing this. I think it's going to be down here with the Wendigos. Where are we? Thought I picked these up in normal. Looks like I only got the first ones though. I'll just point out here, this monster's name is Sylvie, and this is Nuana, and you should definitely read The Trip South. And that's all I'm gonna say. Right, here's our rift, and this section here, if we had been doing the hidden path as we went, we would have the next step over here. Can't really see it from here, but there's a door underneath this particular bridge, which you go into for the Bismeal section of that, and we will be doing that probably after I get to Fort Icon, I think. Because it's worth 3 skill points and 3 attribute points. I don't think I did it in normal. There's been so many characters I've played though that they're kind of running together in my head, and I can't remember if I did it in normal yet. So we'll have to wait and see if we get 2 skill points or 3. I feel like I was just having this conversation the other day. It's definitely a bad case of Dijon Vu, which is the same mustard as you had yesterday. Okay, we're nearly done with this mindless running section. Promise this is the last of it. Totem. There is a totem in this area. Could be here, it's not. It could be up this way, and it's not. But I'm going to uncover the area anyway, so I can see it. I believe it's going to be here-ish, somewhere around here. Definitely worth running and uncovering that, just so you have it. And then this is also a really good one to check when you're just starting out farming, because you can see all 3 of the spawning points from the rift. So you jump through the rift to the Asterkarn Valley here, and you take like a step, and you'll be able to see exactly which totem you have, and whether you want to run over there and get it. And yeah, you should, because they're all about the same distance away. This area is also really good for if you come over this way. You have the Tomb of Korvac. This is the best place in the game, in my opinion, to farm Chthonic Seals of Binding. So just in there. And it's not particularly dangerous either. There's just a lot of cultists in there, and it seems like it drops a ton of seals. So I like that one. Also, if you're looking for Aether Crystals, there's a couple down here. And where exactly they are and how many exactly there are does vary a bit, but there's always some. Alright, let's grab the rift, and if you follow the road, you're going to get to the totem quickest. This particular spot is where the totem is going to be. It'll pop up here on the top of my map. There it is. But you just follow the road straight up here, and there's the crystal. Let's just kill off all this stuff before I worry about the totem. Void touched, okay. I think he's been more than touched by the void. I burned a hole in his head with it. Okay, just a Forsaken totem, not particularly dangerous. Famous last words. Let's turn the loot off so I can see what's going on. And there we go. Winner winner chicken dinner. We've picked up 2 purple items and neither one of them is particularly good. So this was a bleeding item. I think the best item that just dropped is that blueprint. So we've got the Evoker of Elgoloth, which I think some Primal Strike Vindicator builds use this, actually. Just taking a quick look at it. This is the level 58 version. There's a higher level version. Looks pretty good. And then the Vile Blood Mantle, Piercing Bleeding, Bleeding proc. It's not horrible. It's not for this build, though. Alright, let's just pick all this stuff up, and then we'll be on our way. And we're just going to ignore a lot of the enemies now. So they're finished fighting the Ethereals, and they can fight the Death's Vigil and the Kaiman's idiots. Alright, let's drop a rift here. And we'll just run through this. Now, you can stop and kill all these if you want. I'm going to. You are never going to get Nemesis with Kaiman's or with Death's Vigil if you just kill them occasionally. You kind of have to go out of your way to farm them in order to get it. It's one of the factions that you don't just accidentally have. Which, I guess if you're into farming, is a good thing. And if you're not, then I guess it's not. Right, so we made it to Fort Icon. And we're just going to clear the area. And then there's a fight at the Rift Gate. See that guy just running along and then zapped out of nowhere. Nice, nice. Alright, here we go. So we can cover the ground in these things. Okay, Rage Hulk goes down. And where is he? Oh, okay, nice and easy. Golemborn Greaves are a good pair of leveling boots. So they are going to have a... Well, 1, they've got physical resistance. 2, they've got increased armor. And 3, they have that defensive proc when you're hit. So the question now becomes, how do I put these on without destroying my resistances? And the answer is... pretty easy, actually. And I remember I said a long time ago that when I took the anti-venom salve off my belt, that later on I'd be looking for one of these, and I would forget that I had it, and I'd make another one. Well, I didn't forget. We are a little bit low on Chaos Res, but that's probably fine. I think I'm alright with that. There we go. Alright, let's go and do some chatting and pick up these quests. However, I do think that will be all for this episode. Unfortunately, I have to run, so just a shorter one for today. But thank you all very much for watching. See you in the next one, and goodbye for now.